If you've been to New York, you probably rode in a yellow cab, and it's no secret, cabs are an essential part of life in the Big Apple. But, and Ron, we have a fun fact for everybody. Did you know that a typical New York City taxi travels enough kilometers a year to go around the world nearly 3 times?
I had no idea about that, but I know how she got that, because VOA's Ramon Taylor talked to some of the people behind the wheel and found out what drives them to do it.
He did, and the reasons, he tells me, are as diverse as the cabbies themselves.
It's kind of flexible for me to combine with my school.
I need a space for my sons, for my family, you know.
I do music, so this gives me the opportunity to move around.
This is good for me and make good money.
In a city where you have 50,000 yellow cabs on the road, only 6% of them come from the United States. So apart from that, 94% represent 175 different countries. This was an opportunity for them to be able to support their families, send their kids to good schools. A lot of them are family men.
It can be dangerous, right, driving these cabs?
You know, you take on strangers of all sorts, and especially during the nights, during the weekends, you get a lot of intoxicated passengers.
Nighttime, some people crazy. Nighttime, some driver crazy.
Especially weekends, you get a lot of crazy people giving you a hard time and stuff.
But the cabbies are good, you know what I'm saying? But only one thing, don't stay in it too long.
Any weekend night can turn out crazy and, you know, be a surprise for both them and their families that are waiting for them back home. Every day is really just could take a turn for the worse, and you might not know what to expect on any given day. It's an eye-opening thing. I think, you know, a lot of people take for granted. You step inside of a cab, you know, you go from A to B, but this is more than a 9 to 5. A lot of the drivers we spoke to work 10, 11 hours. You know, there's a lot that can go right, but there's some things that can go wrong sometimes.
When you talk about eye-opening, what opened your eyes doing this story as you got to know these people that you interact with a lot? I mean, taking cabs around the city, but you don't always get to hear their inside story.
Many of them had previous careers and experiences that you might never know about if you don't ask a cab driver. The Haitian driver that we spoke to for this segment was an accountant back home. And he expressed to us that there was a language barrier in coming to the United States in order to continue to pursue that career.
The problem is when you are immigrants, you don't have your accent, you have difficulty to connect with the American society.
Everybody speaks English, so like if you don't understand the person, you wouldn't know where the person is going and stuff.
Becoming a cab driver is not easy. You have to learn English, you have to speak it, you have to understand it, you have to be able to read it, and so it's a big challenge for a lot of people coming to this country to achieve that dream.
Nice inside look at New York City cab life from VOA's Ramon Taylor of the Spanish branch. Thanks again to Ramon and his iPhone, which shot the whole thing. Very cool.